Blue Nemesis Chevelle, baby. Or Blue Nemesis, not Chevelle. Blue Nemesis. Happy 4th of July, first of all. And yes, as you can see, I'm past the point of no return. And I am planning on going back anyway. Never go back. So we got it all shaped up the way it's supposed to be. Now we just cut our actual hood to modify it. Now I'm gonna do my fiberglass work with this little edge, which on this side you're not gonna be able to see. Underneath, what I did was so on the top side, when I do the fiber, when I finish this, I'm gonna clean this up, right? I'm gonna bring it up and make it a straight edge, nice and smooth, and I'm gonna come across like that. Same thing all the way across, except for this side has to be cut some more. So this side is pretty much ready to be shaped up. It's gonna be a straight edge, come straight up, as you can see, come straight up, right across, straight up, right across. Same thing, level all the way around, right? On the underside, because you know a hood, when you cut a hood, it's two pieces, not just one piece of aluminum or steel or whatever it is. It's like two sheets bended together. So the sheet on the bottom, what I do is I cut the sheet on the bottom underneath. I cut that sheet like here, you know. So when you're looking down in through the window, you're not gonna immediately see it. Only person I had to leave it is in the back because that's a support, right? So I cut a little bit of it, but I couldn't take out that support. So you can see right here, I'm gonna clean this all up, and then where the support was, we're gonna actually pack the fiberglass to reinforce it. And the whole little system we're making is made out of light fiberglass, so it's not adding any more extra weight. The heaviest piece we're putting back is going to be the actual plexiglass itself. And we take the plexiglass, let's just take it for shits and giggles, save it in here. If I can get it. Give me a second. We take our plexiglass. It's not sitting in there perfectly. You see the edges up because I'm just doing a test fit just for demonstration purposes only. When it sits inside of there, let's imagine that this is sitting, and let's take a look from this side. I'm not gonna mess with it too much. Okay, so it's sitting in there flush, perfectly flush. And what we're gonna do is, let's take this, pop this back out, put it up so it doesn't get any extra scratches before it's mounted in there. So what we're gonna do is, how this is gonna work is, we're gonna have a little lip like this, little edge all the way around, right? All the way around. We're gonna sand and prep and paint everything. Opening, do the fiberglass, sand, prep and paint the whole thing, get it all reinforced, get it all sand and smooth. We're gonna paint, sand, prep, the whole thing is ready. The body work is finished. It's painted. Then what we're gonna do is, we're gonna take black silicone, and on this little ledge we're gonna have all the way around, we're gonna put a nice thick bead of black silicone, and we're gonna, on the opposite side, and we're gonna open the hood, and we're gonna tape a hard line on the inside, like wet glazing. I'm in construction, so you guys might not realize that terminology, but it's pretty much like putting new gaskets around storefront windows. So I'm gonna make a hard line with a tape line, so when I pull that tape, it's gonna be a perfect line, perfect black line. Now, there's two ways I could have did this. Now, I could have made the silicone clear, crystal clear, so you could see straight through the clear silicone, or I could do it black. Now, I'm doing it black. That's just me. If I don't like it for some reason afterwards, I can always pull it out, do a whole bunch of cleaning and scraping, and redo it all and put it in clear and make it all clear. Which, I don't know. I might just do a test run. That might be the easiest thing to do. One side clear, one side black. Cut you guys back on, get a vote. Which side looks best, straight clear or black, and we'll go from there. But cut you guys back when I'm to the point where I'm about ready to paint this bad boy up. Still 4th of July, Blue Nemesis. I went ahead and put the glass in. I set it in black. I came over with a different idea instead of the clear or the black. I went ahead and set it in black. What I did was, because I want to make sure that it's waterproof 100%. So the inside edge, I did my bundle work on the inside edge. Then after I did my bundle work, I shaped it all up. And then, what I did was, I coated it in silicone. It's a window right now. Well, it's going to be a window when it's done too. But what I'm saying is, the actual foam that goes into the surrounding hood, because the under hood is cut to like here, right? The under hood is cut to here. So that part, the fiberglass goes into it, and then I have the backing. You guys are gonna see it's gonna look like completely clean. So the backing is over here, next to the freaking new wheels that's going on it. They're all dirty. Everything's dirty because I've been working, right? So, right, this is the undercover that goes underneath the hood, right? So what's gonna happen is, I'm gonna take it, I'm gonna cut my line out that matches like perfect to where you can't see nothing but the glass, right? And then I'm gonna shape and mold this piece. I'm gonna reuse this piece. This is gonna be gone. You know, I'm gonna cut out just the center part. Just the center part is gonna disappear to where it fits perfectly. Excuse me. Where it fits perfectly underneath, and it's gonna. This is foldable. This is like a padded foam. So what I'm gonna be able to do is, I'll show you guys. But basically, okay, this is the top part that goes up. Basically, this padded foam, I'm gonna cut. When I go to cut this, right? Let's say I'm cutting it right here. I'm gonna save this side. On the opposite side, I'm gonna cut and leave this fabric right here, right? So let's say if on the opposite side, I cut right here. This fabric, I'm gonna cut over here, right? You feel what I'm saying? So when I need to turn that fabric, when I need to shape and mold this, it's only gonna be this outside layer of fabric. But you're not gonna be able to tell it when it's mounted in the car and it's all said and done. It's gonna look like it was meant to be there. But I'll show you, I'll take you guys through it. And what I'm gonna do is get some glue and glue this to my actual, because I set that in silicone. It's set in silicone. And the whole inside is all silicone around, all the way. So this lip, silicone, going down, silicone, comes back a little bit, silicone. As that whole edge is like wrapped in silicone, so it's completely waterproof, right? And when I put that on, you're not gonna be, it's gonna be a seamless transition where you can't tell nothing. And this is all from the top of my head. So now, right here where I got this little seam, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna finish doing my body work and sand this all out. I had to go ahead and put the glass because I made the cut in the hole. And next in Florida right now is just like, we've been in a drought, but now it's raining off and on, so you don't know. It's 4th of July, but you never know. And it's already some cool wind blowing in right now, so it could just start raining at any minute. And I put plastic underneath. You can see my blanket that I used to cover my motorcycle, right? It's underneath there. But I put plastic underneath that, 2 layers of plastic. Then I put the blanket while I was doing all the work just to catch all the shit. And just in case it's flash rain really quick. Then none of my electronics, because on this car, the ECU is like right about here. And once I pull this and this is all said and done, you're gonna be able to see the whole entire engine. And obviously I'm gonna do the engine covers. And when I do my method injections, I'm gonna see if I can get it to where the wiring, you should be able to see my method, not wiring, but my hoses and my plugs and everything from this little window. So if anybody wants to know what's inside this beast, they can take a peek. But I'll cut you guys back on when I get to the point where, when I'm doing the seam, right? So what I'm gonna do is go over the seam. And on this portion, the plexiglass, I'm gonna sand and prep. I'm gonna put down a tape line, make a hard line. I'm gonna sand and prep this portion. Obviously, I'm gonna do this bondo portion. I'm gonna sand and prep it. And then there's a little seam that's probably gonna crack. So if I was to go over top of that, put a little thin layer of bondo over top of that sand and prep portion of the plexiglass. And obviously, I'm gonna do this side, and it's gonna be all painted up to this line. Instead of making it in this line, I'm gonna cross this line. I'm gonna go into the glass. What's gonna happen is, what could happen is, I don't know how long it's gonna take, but it's probably gonna crack because there's 2 different materials and they're probably gonna We don't really get freezing, but it could get really cold down here, and it might crack. Whenever it does crack, or if it does crack, and it's a hard line crack, I'll take a razor blade and I'm gonna follow that crack all the way around. Or I might do it before it even cracks. I might just paint it, let it sit for like while the paint is still soft, like a day after the paint, but the paint is not 100% hard. I might just hit this line and just chisel a little edge around it, right, to separate these two. So when in the event that it does crack, you're gonna have a seam here, but it's gonna be like a finished seam, and this is gonna be a painted surface. I don't want to put nothing on really on top of this, right? Because you want the water to be able to run completely off of it when it rains. I don't want any like little ridges or anything. So it's going to be a baby ridge because I am going to put paint here, but it's not going to be enough to really hold a lot of water because of the pitch of the hood. I leveled it off and built it up, but it's not completely level. You guys will get it. I'll get it cut back on. Give you guys another peek when I'm in my next stage.